Sushil, I don't see you. So welcome everyone. So welcome to IAGB Live Junior Shark Tank in partnership with Thai Boston. We are so excited today to present our 7 participants from the New England area who have some really cool ideas to share. And I must say, even the judges think the ideas are better than the grown-ups. So without further delay, let's get started. I would like to first welcome all our judges, all our sharks today who have taken their precious time on a weekend to join us here and judge this young innovators and provide feedback and help them implement this and execute these ideas in the coming days. So welcome all the judges. I would like to first welcome Mr. Thomas Aru, who has been a great support to IAGB and the youth entrepreneurs here. And this is his second time at IAGB Shark Tank, and he's also the main sponsor for this event. So Mr. Thomas, over to you, and please say a few words.
Yeah, thank you very much, Supriya, for doing this. This is a fantastic event. So last year, we want to do something unique for the Indian community. I know we have Thai Angels and other things, but we want to get the students involved. So IAGB is a great platform, and we have some fantastic people pitching some fantastic ideas. As you said, we don't even hear these ideas from the grown-ups. So it's very, very refreshing to see all the talent we have in our community. So looking forward to seeing all the future entrepreneurs here. So glad to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Thomas. I would now like to welcome our next judge, Katie Meller, who is the program director of Thai Boston Young Entrepreneurs. Thai Boston has been so supportive and always been partnering with IAGB Shark Tank and helping these young innovators. Katie, over to you, and please do mention about this cool summer programs you have for the kids.
Supriya, thank you so much for including the Thai Young Entrepreneurs Program in such a great event. Hi, everyone. I am Katie. I'm the program director for TYE. So excited to be here to support our young innovators. The TYE program is a 9-month accelerator program for exceptional high school students who are ready to take their startups to the next level. If you're interested in learning more or want to sign up to stay up to date, you can visit us at tye-boston.org. I'm very excited, and best of luck to everyone competing today.
Thank you so much, Katie. Now, guys, we have a real shark in the house, Mr. Vineet Nijwan, who is the managing director at Mass Ventures. Please put your hands together to Mr. Nijwan for the first time on IAGB Shark Tank. Mr. Nijwan, over to you.
Thanks, Supriya. Though, I have that shark view today, if you can see with the way this visual background is doing this, but don't worry, all you youngsters, I do not bite. I'm one of those friendly sharks that you can swim, amongst. But it's fantastic to see you all. I'm really looking forward to your presentations. All I can say is the experience you're going to go through here is going to be something you'll remember for the rest of your life, regardless of whether you're picked or not as a winner.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vineet Nijwan. Now, I would like to welcome for the first time again on IAGB Shark Tank, Mr. Nick Patel, who is a founder and CEO of Valuable, a Boston-based company, which is a tech and a service-based platform that provides employee wellness program. Nick, thank you so much for your time today, and over to you. Please say a few words. Thank you.
Thanks, Priya. I'm really excited about it. I went through all the presentations earlier, and it kind of reminded me of my high school experience and how far behind I would be relative to everyone who's presenting today. I'm super impressed. I wish a program like this existed when I was growing up, and I would hope that I would have taken advantage of it like you all are doing today.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you. And last but not the least, we have a California-based startup attorney, Mr. Matthew Lopez from the law offices of Matthew Lopez. He's a startup enthusiast, and he's been a mentor for several startups. And we are so excited to have Matt for the first time on IAGB Shark Tank. Matt, over to you. Please say a few words.
Hi, I'm Matt Lopez. I'm a startup attorney. I work with early stage startups to kind of help get founders off the ground so that way they are going from a good legal place to move forward with. I also help them with their pitch decks, all of their different stuff, because I've worked with so many different startups over my career that I kind of seen all of the different angles and the different ways that startups have done stuff. And it's always been a huge passion of mine to be able to merge my entrepreneurial spirit with work with my legal career. And so it's been fun being able to work with startups. And I'm really looking forward to seeing these presentations and how great these kids are going to do.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much. And now I would like to welcome my co-host, Ms. Cynthia Rajesh Khanna. I'm sure you guys know her by now. She has been doing all the back-end support for all these young innovators, giving awesome feedback and making their improve their slides and presenting it to the judges. So Cynthia, great job on that. And over to you now. So let's get started with the teams.
Yes, thank you. So I'm just going to get started with introducing the teams. So we have 2 teams today competing in the high school category with students from 9th grade to 12th grade. First off, please give a warm welcome to Abhisar Anand, Kush Gami, and Srinivas Triram. They are here today to pitch DriveVector. You will have 5 minutes to pitch, and afterwards the judges will be given the chance to ask questions. And whenever you're ready, you may begin speaking and the timer will start.
Test 1, 2, 3, just a quick, you guys can hear me?
Yep. You can hear me as well?
Great.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I can begin in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Sharks. My name is Kushgami.
And my name is Abhisar Anand.
And my name is Srinivas Sriram.
And we are the founders of DriveVector, a state-of-the-art technology designed to save lives on the road by making the roads ultimately safer. Back in 2014, one of my family members was involved in a very serious car accident where they had lost attention of the road and it ended up skidding on black ice. The car had lost traction and had ran into a brick wall. Thankfully, my family member was okay, but the car was not. It was totaled. But the main idea here is that it brings to the problem that too many people are distracted behind the wheel now, and we need to solve this problem. In fact, 1.6 million people each year have a crash due to the fact that they're distracted behind the wheel. 1 out of every 4 crashes that occur every year are due to someone using their cell phone. And actually using a cell phone increases the likelihood of a crash by 23 times. As you can see, this is a very big problem, and DriveVector set out to make sure that this problem remains no more.
And so, presenting DriveVector. DriveVector is a small, portable, and easy to set up, yet highly efficient way of preventing drivers from losing focus while driving. So we start off by using a camera, which monitors the driver's expressions and movements. Our Raspberry Pi microcomputer processes the video and uses machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms to actually detect if the driver is distracted while he or she is driving. If the driver is detected as distracted, an alert sound will play, which will notify the driver ultimately to go back to focusing on the road. The cost to manufacture DriveVector is $75.98. However, we are selling DriveVector for $165.
There are other solutions out there in the market right now to solve with this problem, but they're not very versatile. For example, there are lane detection systems in cars, or there are other simple units out there that will only detect drowsiness or will only detect texting and driving. But that's what makes our product so special. We incorporate 3 main forms of distraction when driving. One is texting while driving, one is drowsiness, and one is simply just not paying attention to the road. All 3 of these distraction features, so to speak, are incorporated in our product at a low cost of $165, which is cheaper than almost all of the other products like ours on the market, making it the best bet for your safety.
All right, now let's talk about our market size. So this product is ultimately meant for our car. So that means our market size will be 1 product per every car that is in the US of A. So that means our total number of registered cars in the US of A is 270 million cars, approximately. So that is our market size. Now you guys might be asking, what does your market value look like? Well, off-the-shelf life of our product is 5 years. And with the price tag of $165, our projected market value is $9 billion.
So as far as the various user bases that we are targeting 2 different user bases: individual customers, B2C, and individual businesses, B2B. So the primary individuals that we will be targeting are, so they will purchase our product from a website that we will create, and they can directly get their product shipped to them, and they can set it up in their car. Additionally, we hope to sell our product through various retailers such as Amazon or Walmart, as they can make the purchase of our product easier. Secondly, the primary companies that we are targeting are auto manufacturers as well as rideshare such as Uber and Lyft. And we believe that this will get our product to as many physical cars as possible. Again, as we gain more relevance and popularity in the market, we hope to expand the companies to insurance agencies as well as government agencies, as we believe that our product will benefit their companies greatly.
All right, so let's talk about the investment. We are looking for $800,000 for 20% equity in our company. Now, this money will help us pay off the cost for the first 3 years as we break even in the 4th year. Now, the net present value at a discount rate of 12% in the 10th year is $1.7 million. And that's a lot of cash. So this shows that our product is really needed in our market. Now, your payback period is going to be 5.5 years. That means our IRR, or the cash flow return rate, will be 43%. Now, this IRR is before inflation and taxes, and these sales projections are in a perfect world scenario, so variation is bound to occur.
So Sharks, that concludes our pitch. We really do appreciate your time. And if you're ready to merge roads with us and make the roads a safer place, then join the DriveVector team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, DriveVector, for your amazing pitch. We will now give the judges the opportunity to ask questions. I will just go by one by one and prompt you. Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
It was a great pitch. Thank you, guys. It's a very interesting product, and it's very necessary, especially if people are getting distracted. So I have a couple of questions. One is that I know you're trying to do multiple sales channels. You're trying to do sell directly, sell to B2B. I think it's hard to do multiple sales channels. If you can focus on one thing and get right, especially if you can focus on the insurance side, it's easier, because it's very hard to do the entire customer support. You might sell through your website or Amazon, but you can't be spending a lot of time and energy. But if you can do one channel, like Uber, Lyft is a great idea, or insurance company, that's a good idea, because insurance companies, the cost, it's a no-brainer for them. The other question I had is, is there an app, or how does you get the warning? Because I just saw the product, but is there an app that triggers the warning, or how is that warning triggered to you guys?
So currently in our product, everything is done right on the local device. So no data is being sent out to any apps or anything. There is a built-in speaker in the device that lets out a warning, and that lets them know. But in our future plans, we intend to create an app that stores the statistical data. So say for example, your kid is driving, you can monitor how many times you're looking away from the road, and it is just so that stuff will come later, and we'll be certified, so all of the data is protected and nothing is being leaked.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mrs. Meller, do you have any questions?
Thank you. Great job. Great job, team. You put in a lot of effort to do your research about why there's a need and where there's a need. I'm curious, did you speak with any potential customers? And if you did, what did you learn from those conversations?
Yeah, so, with the times that are at right now, it's a little difficult to be able to reach out to certain people and get their input. But I have talked to some of my family members, and Abhisar and Srinivas have also talked to some of their family members. And we've been just talking a lot about, simply, what's the point of this product? What are we trying to achieve? And all of them have said that, this is they really enjoy this product, or the idea of this product. They think that it's a necessary thing. And they've had some really great input too about how we can further progress this product and make it more and more versatile. So for example, right, as Abhisar mentioned beforehand, we can incorporate an app. And this could go directly with insurance companies. Insurance companies can directly monitor their driver statistics, and they can provide the benefits and things like that off of that. We can also include other features such as drunk driving and other things within our product to make sure that there's more of the demographic of issues that occur with car crashes are covered. So we've got some great input from family feedback, and we're hoping that we can get input from other people too, of course, when the situation is much better than what it is now.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. So let's talk about the product first. I'm curious, what sensors do you have in the product?
So all we have currently is a small camera. So as I mentioned,
Okay.
yeah, it's like a CCTV camera. So what we are doing is we are just taking the camera feed and we are processing the video and performing the necessary artificial intelligence to actually like understand like the actions that the driver is actually doing. So that we are only using a camera. There is no other sensors being involved here.
So the three pain points you addressed, you're trying to address that just with a camera, right?
Yep.
So you mentioned drowsiness. You mentioned text, using your cell phone. What was the third one?
Simply just not paying attention to the road. So like, for example, if you're talking to someone next to you and you're like turning your head like that.
Yeah, so I feel that there's been lots and lots of research and development done on trying to address distracted driving with different kinds of sensors. So, no insurance companies already offer a black box, right? And those sensors include an accelerometer, GPS, sometimes well, they have Bluetooth usually to talk to an app. So I think it would be worthwhile understanding or looking at the research, if you've not already done so, of how you can use just a camera to accurately present the warnings. Because one of your biggest problems will be, what are called false positives. In other words, if that thing is alarming all the time, people are going to get annoyed and they're going to pull the plug on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go through like a huge like timeline of just training models again with more and more varieties of data. And obviously, as you mentioned, there will be some cases where that happens, but with the amount of effort and time that we will put into training our models, that won't happen as much because our models will be that much accurate in comparison to the other sensors out there.
Good answer. That's all for me.
Okay, Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just a couple of product questions and great job in the presentation. So I know you mentioned simple setup. What exactly does that entail? Like, is it 5 minutes, 10 minutes? And then is this out in production? So I'm not sure if any of you are 16 or not, but your parents using the device, or is it still kind of very much not actually being tested on the road today?
So ideally, we're gonna set it up so on the car rear view mirror where like you can see the inside, we're gonna set it up there, and the camera will kind of be facing at an angle so that it's only looking at the driver's face and not any other face. And as far as being actually manufactured, we haven't actually like put this out into a market yet. However, we have tested our product in like our own cars. Like for example, our own families have tried this out before, and it actually seems to work fairly smooth. So the goal obviously is to establish our product in the market, but we have tested it in a car environment and it seems to work. So.
And adding on to what Srinivas had to say, so in regards to the rear view mirror, we're going to have a clamp that's in our product, and it's no assembly really required. We're expecting that through the packaging, you can simply just take it out and be able to attach it onto your rear view mirror. So there'll be a clamp that you can attach to the rear view mirror. And the reason that we did this is so that it wouldn't obstruct the driver's view, and it would be like a passive way of someone monitoring you. And you can angle the camera to the desired location depending on the height of the driver, and it'll focus on their eyes. And the idea is that we're also gonna have a USB to actually power this. And most cars nowadays also have a USB cable built into their car. So if you can plug the Raspberry Pi or the actual device itself into the USB, that will power it and make sure that it's working.
Yeah, thank you.
And Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
Yeah. How are you guys going to deal with the new innovation of automation with cars and self-driving vehicles, and the fact that this probably won't be needed as much in the future?
So that is why we actually, one of our markets were like self-automated cars or auto manufacturers, as they can buy a product and embed it inside of the car itself. And it comes as a feature, which will, as we mentioned about insurance companies, kind of helps their image of their brand itself. So that is our kind of target in the future. Once we are established and we are selling enough products and we're making enough profit, we could look into contacting, maybe like Toyota or even Tesla, and because they have currently lane detections, and a car stops in front of you and you're not paying attention, the lane detection is not going to tell you to stop, or if you're not paying attention. So that is why this product would be beneficial for like cars like Tesla already, and it would be a huge product for them.
And the great thing about our product as well is that you don't just have to use it for what we have set it to. We can easily program this that if we were to embed it into the Tesla's self-driving car, let's say 10 years down the road, maybe it can detect if the passenger is sleeping while the car is driving, then that could be communicating with the car's brain, so to speak, and it can have some additional safety features. Or it can make sure that, when it's running low on gas, it can alert the driver because the car knows that this person is sleeping. So our product is very versatile in that way, because the way that we use artificial intelligence is we can use that same, I guess you can say, if-then condition if the driver is focused or not, to do so many different actions that we can easily embed into cars, or simply just remanufacture the product to do a different thing for automated cars. But to be honest, automation is getting there. But I think we thought that for the next 5 to 10 years, driving cars will still be there. And we think that for now, this product will definitely be very useful. And later on, we can change it up as necessary, because our product is very adaptable that way.
Very good answer. I like that. Who's the CTO in your guys' group?
So so once again, we are still in the developmental phase. We are still to determine positions and things like that. The three of us, we're just a group of friends that are passionate about solving the problem in the world.
Awesome.
But we're hoping that after today, after we get this valuable feedback, we can get that stuff back to you.
Okay. So riffing off of one of the previous judges, how are you guys going to try and deal with false positives? Have you guys been able to have success with your preliminary model in being able to judge, like if someone's just looking behind to check if they're turning versus taking their eyes off the wheel?
Yes. So our ML models have been trained to almost look at the entire behavior itself, as it's pretty much like when we mention ML models, they're neural networks, and pretty much how your brain functions, you kind of represent the same thing in our software. And it's almost like a brain kind of looking at your actions. So if you just take a quick look at your back mirror, or look at your back and then face back, it's not going to alarm you right away. But say, for example, or if you blink, it's not going to alarm you. But if you like close your eyes for like maybe 3 seconds or 2 seconds, then it'll alarm you right away. So that's how we're dealing with those false positives. And we have had success, as mentioned before, when we tried it onto the roads. But we're still planning to do more and more rigorous testing and make sure that there is almost our accuracy reaches almost 99%, and we're as close as to perfect as we can be.
And adding on to what Abhisar said, a product like ours, where like it's trained using data, it obviously will require like a lot of like testing in various different scenarios. Like as you mentioned, if a driver quickly just turns back or glances, we need to be able to like, as Abhisar mentioned, it functions like a human brain. So we need to have like basically all possible outcomes mapped in our program, so that like even if like a driver accidentally like blinks or like he turns around to check something, it's able to like actually recognize that, which is why we're still in the developmental stage, as we need to list all the possible possibilities. And then once we release it into the market, we are 99% sure that it'll work and it'll be able to handle all types of opportunities that are thrown at it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, once again, thank you, DriveVector, for your amazing pitch. Great job. We're going to move on to the next team at this time. So the next team in this category, please give a warm welcome to Yuvi Galut, Raj Taylor, and Akhil Janapareddy. They are here today to pitch Helpingmass. Once again, you guys will have 5 minutes to pitch, and afterwards the judges will be given the chance to ask questions. So whenever you're ready, you can start.
Test 1, 2, 3. You guys hear us? Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Helpingmass, a nonprofit organization by Yuvi Galut, Westford Academy sophomore, Chief Strategy Officer,
Raj Taylor, Westbury Academy Junior, Chief Technology Officer.
Akil Jamparetti, Chief Marketing Officer, Fenn School 8th grader.
The time for serving the communities around us has never been greater. And with COVID-19, many people have been sitting at home, idling, relaxing, whereas many people have been suffering from this pandemic. This sort of helped us realize that communities and organizations needed help. And so over the summer, with the help of our parents, we participated in a charitable event for the National Soup Kitchen, in which we created 100 sandwiches. After this event, with the help of our mentor and parents, we also had noticed that we had an impact in these communities, and it enlightened us to this idea. We noticed that a significant amount of millennials and teens do not volunteer, as only 22.6% of them volunteer throughout their young adult careers. We also noticed that nonprofits, which is symbolically us, do not have a way to track their success in which the areas in which they need help in. Also, many people do not realize the effects of volunteerism, as it can improve leadership skills and a healthy lifestyle. The volunteerism industry also consists of $2 billion. Presenting our main problem here. For example, say I was a monetary donor. I'd want to donate my money, but don't know who and where to donate to. Whereas if I was a volunteer, I would want to volunteer my time and effort, but don't know how and where to volunteer. Us, the nonprofits, want to create a system to help these underserved people. Thank you. Now I'll pass it off to Raj.
Introducing our product, Helpingmass.com. Helpingmass is a completely 100% nonprofit web-based platform that allows for cohesive collaboration between all three parties, the monetary donors, the volunteers, as well as the nonprofits themselves. Here at Helpingmass, we knew that it was our main mission, our main goal to unite all of the nonprofits of the world, whether that be places like IAGB, YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, etc., into one solid location so that we could allow the monetary donors and the volunteers to do what they do best. For a quick example, let's say I'm a volunteer looking to do something for an IAGB event. Instead of fumbling my way through the internet, going through countless loopholes, only to find myself at a roadblock in the end, I could simply go to the Helpingmass platform, become a registered user in just a quick few easy steps, and find an event that not only fits my expertise, but my schedule as well. Now you may be asking yourself, why should I use Helpingmass? So to answer that simple question, we've compared ourselves to the top leaders in our industry, GoFundMe.com and Change.org. Now, while we understand that we're not identical to these companies, we do share a few similar characteristics. But how we stand out is that we have a specific target base to teens. We allow for in-person volunteering opportunities through our site. And lastly, we take no fees of any monetary donations made through our platform. Thank you. I'll be passing off to Akil.
Marketing. We plan on building a massive social media brand through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and more, and create a foundation for our organization. We will do this by hosting more charitable events like we've done in the past in real life. We will promote these events through social media so more people our age can see them and come to the events. Our target audience are teens and millennials our age because we can connect with them the best. Our areas of focus are sports, social service, and education because those are the three main ideas that we believe in. We will spread our product the same way Mark Zuckerberg did with Facebook. But he realized that his target audience are college teens and our target audience are teens our age. So we'll spread it to teens our age first, then once they like it, we'll spread it to other teens and it'll spread like that. Our last target audience are monetary donors with an income of $300K a year or more. Traction. We've completed 2 events so far. One was an energetic basketball tournament with over 100 participants, and we raised over $500 for the Ajit Polar Foundation. The students who came there had a lot of fun. Our second event was a National Soup Kitchen event that we made 100 sandwiches for, like UV explained earlier. Fundraising, looking for $10,000 in initial funding to help us build the best platform possible. $2,000 in equipment, $3,500 in marketing, and $4,500 in technology development. Now I'll be handing off to Raj for the website demo.
Would like to quickly share a screen if that's okay with everyone. So here you can see our website. On our homepage, we have our mission statement, what we're overall doing. Below that, we have our traction events that we've done so far, the basketball tournament, as well as our work with the National Soup Kitchen Shelter. We've also written detailed blogs on what exactly went on during those, as well as what the outcomes were. On the About Us page, we have our overall theme, as well as a little bit about us as individuals. Below that, we did our pitch to investors that we had a few months ago, as well as the investor deck that we showed at that meeting. In our latest causes and social events section, we have our current volunteer events available in the community. Right now, we're sourcing them through an API from GoFundMe, but as our company grows, we'll be able to get that information ourselves. In our contact section, we've made it really easy for the nonprofits.
That's time.
We just have 10 seconds, please. That's okay with everyone. Okay, sorry. And then lastly, in our register and login system, we made it really easy for anyone to become a Helpingmass user. Thank you. We'll open up questions.
Thank you, Helpingmass, for your wonderful pitch. And again, we're going to give the judges the opportunity to ask some questions. So, Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
This is a wonderful idea. Especially we need this kind of innovation at this time when a lot of people are suffering. So my question is, are you going to be set as a non-profit company, or what is a plan, or a for-profit company?
Yeah, right now we're currently a nonprofit organization making money for
Charitable
organizations right now.
So are you planning to pay at some time, make money and pay salary for you guys, or what is a kind of a plan? I know you talked about Facebook and stuff, but what's your short to long term plan on how do you see you guys doing this stuff?
So maybe 2 years down the road, we'll maybe take there's programs like GoFundMe that take a 5% cost for their profits, but I think for us it'll be helpful just to take maybe 1 or 2%, because we're doing this for our communities and organizations around us. We're not doing this for the money ourselves, because we're already so young right now, and it's so far down the road right now for this business that it'll be hard to look that far without helping our communities first.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
How are you guys planning on generating revenue to keep the lights on, keep the website going, any of those different things?
We can do more trailer events like we've done in the past, except not sponsoring for others, but for ourselves. We can, like our last event, we made a $10 fee to be in the tournament. But this time, maybe next time, we can do like a $20 fee, but the money goes to ourselves instead of like the Raji Puri Foundation.
But that won't happen until we're 2 years down the road, when we have a popular industry and we are well known around the state, hopefully, and maybe the country.
So how are you guys planning on paying for the marketing to get your message out there?
Yeah, through fundraisers again. Like we can do them like in the spring. Right now, we can't really do it because of COVID. But in the spring, in the summer, we can do more events that get us money to really get our company out there and keep our company going.
Additionally, through donations, we hope that if we open up ourselves to the community, hopefully the community will open themselves up to us as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
Just to clarify on the product, is it mostly built around donations to organizations or community service, like donating your time, or is it really designed to be kind of split or indifferent between the two?
Well, it's sort of a mix between volunteerism and donating. Many people have problems with donating their money, so we'll create a website for them to have the opportunity to do that. But also for teens in our area, we can also provide them with an actual in real life experience for them. And so like the basketball tournament we did, we invited 100 kids, mainly from our schools, to participate. It was a nonprofit for the Rajiv Palluri Foundation, and it also helped them. And hopefully that'll spread around the state and the country.
Okay. And then, so the change in GoFundMe are primarily driven by donations or donating money. So who would be the competitor for donating your time?
Right now, as per our research, we don't really see anyone else doing something like this. So we feel like we're really the main voice in this type of industry so far.
Okay. Good job. Thanks.
Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I think great mission. So I applaud you guys for thinking about it. I think the previous judge was getting at something, which is, what's the primary pain point you're trying to address? Is the primary pain point you're trying to address to allow teens like yourselves opportunities to donate their time and to volunteer? Or is your primary pain point you're trying to address allowing these charities to raise money from a community?
Well, it's really a win-win relationship for everyone. Through our website, the community, the charitable organizations get more awareness, and giving these teens opportunities, makes revenue for these charitable organizations. So putting them all in one location will increase awareness for both sides. So that's really what we're aiming for through this product. raising awareness.
So you're raising awareness for charitable organizations in Massachusetts. Is that the pain point you're trying to address?
Yeah, so there's monetary donors, volunteers, and nonprofit organizations. All three have problems. So we're trying to get them on one website so they can all have their problems solved, and it's way easier. And our main target.
No, I'm trying to get you guys to pick your primary pain point. I understand that it may be many pain points. What's the primary pain point?
Well, our target. So I guess our target is teens our age, because like we can connect with them the easiest, and we know what it feels like to like have bounced school and all this. And then because we know they don't participate the most, like you said earlier, like only 22.6% of volunteers are teens. So we want to get that number up.
That's great. So I thought you would say that. The demo you showed us of the website, though, is very focused on fundraising and your API connection into GoFundMe. If you're trying to address that primary pain point, what the workflow will look like on your website might be a little bit different. If you're trying to create opportunities for teens like you to participate in Massachusetts charities. So that's just sort of one piece of feedback. Otherwise, really good job so far.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Mrs. Meller, do you have any questions?
Great job, team. Really enjoyed your presentation. I'm curious, how do you vet organizations? And then do you train and support teens like yourself in being prepared to volunteer at these organizations?
Well, first, I feel like getting the awareness around our schools, and it's important to get to know these teens as a person, and many of them are, well, in a real spectrum, they're lazy. I kind of admit to that. And so getting them out of their bubble and getting them out of their comfort zone will also help them in the long term, because it makes them a better person as it improves mental health and leadership skills as well.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Volunteering is such a wonderful way to use your time. Are there organizations that you currently work with where the teens need special training to help those organizations, or are they more basic skill sets that you feel teens would be equipped and ready to help out with?
No, not really. So right now, like the basketball event we just did, they didn't, all they need to know how to do is play basketball, which I think most of the people there knew how to do. The sandwich event, it wasn't too difficult. We just put together the sandwiches, put them in the bag, and delivered them. So I think as of now, maybe the future, I guess, but right now we don't really have any events that you need like training for.
And most of our events are based on personal interests as well. So you can see that there's a bunch of people who are interested in basketball, right? So we might do future events that involve football and any other sports, and maybe in cooking as well, because everyone has a different interest. So we'll take a small sample size of those people, and maybe it'll expand across the state.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, thank you for your pitch. That actually concludes the pitches for this category. And at this time, we're going to take a short break to acknowledge the sponsors, the wonderful sponsors for this event. Mr. Thomas Arul has been supporting little innovators in the community through the IAGB Shark Tank. He is the founder of Bloomy, which would like to present a cash prize of $500 for the winners of each category. Thank you to Mr. Arul and Bloomy. Next, the TIE Young Entrepreneurs Program is delighted to offer the first place winner of the IAGB Shark Tank competition a 30-minute virtual consultation with the TIE Young Entrepreneurs Program Director to prepare for a professional investor meeting, as well as a 30-minute virtual pitch with one of the TIE investors. And finally, the law offices of Matthew Lopez would like to offer a 1-hour free consultation on legal matter for the winning startup. So once again, a huge thank you to all of the sponsors that have made this event possible. We really appreciate it. Okay, at this time, we are going to transition into the second category. So we have 5 teams competing in the category for younger students from 5th grade to 8th grade. So first off, please give a warm welcome to Vihan Benegal. He is here today to pitch KidSwap. The rules are the same. You're going to have 5 minutes to pitch, and afterwards the judges will be given the chance to ask questions. So whenever you're ready, you can get started, and we'll start the timer.
I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Vian Benegal, and I'm going to talk about my startup idea, KidSwap. Let's take a scenario where two parents want to go out on a Saturday night and they need a babysitter for their kids. That babysitter will take an average about $80. And $80, and so it's too expensive. I've seen my parents talk to their friends to babysit me, or when they want to go out, and if the other friends want to go out, my parents can babysit their kids. And KidSwap will take that idea, but put it in more of a formal format as an app. So KidSwap will basically take the your area's community of parents, and you guys they can interact with each other, and talk and make like plans for babysitting. So an average household with 2 working parents uses about a few $1,000s a year for babysitting. And so KidSwap will basically do this, kind of do the same thing, but with like points. Basically, you usually have to you pay points for your kids to get babysat, but you earn points by babysitting other kids. If you don't have the required amount of points for babysitting, you can always use an in-app purchase, and you can purchase points, and we'll take 3% of each transaction for our revenue. And if you are a full-time babysitter, or if you want, you can sell those points and you can get real money for yourself. To make sure that there aren't any kidnappers or anything, there will be security questions and everything, so that we can prevent that from happening. It'll be an easy register, and you create a login and password and everything, and it's a few security questions, and then you're good. So the market size is, there's about 3 million parents of young kids in the US, and there's about $2,000 for babysitting per year. So that's $6 billion for the TAM, or total addressable market size. But let's think smaller. So there's about 5,000 kids in Belmont, the town I live in, and there's about the $2,000 per year for babysitting. So that's already $1 million for the beachhead market. The team consists of me, a middle schooler. I do JavaScript, and there's my friend Konov. He's also in middle school, same grade. He's also a JavaScript developer. I have some beta users, such as my parents and their friends, and a few of my neighbors. So we want to start with an MVP. We want to get that done by the late June, early July, somewhere around that time. So we can use the rest of the summer to get beta users and to use it, and to make sure it's good. So basically, we need a fund to develop the app and market it with video ads, and we'll put ads on places like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and other social apps. We're going to need more team members, such as like we need digital marketers, we need advisors, we need developers. And, so KidSwap will basically is basically a pretty formal way of instead of calling your friends to babysit your kids, and there's more people, because there's a good chance that when you call your friends that they're not free to babysit your kids, but KidSwap will let you take an entire community, and there's a better chance that you have someone to babysit your kids.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, KidSwap, for your amazing pitch. We will now give the judges the opportunity to ask questions. So, Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so when you're kind of testing with these beta users, or are you doing kind of like a low-tech test with your parents and their friends, and have you gone, beyond just that network that seemed to maybe have already existed, previously, that kind of was the genesis for your idea?
So wait, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, so it sounds like you're one kind of the way you kind of got the idea was that your parents would call their friends, and to find you for them to go out and have them babysit you. So it sounds like that already kind of existed, but it sounds like you also have maybe some beta users. So and the product's not developed yet, so you're kind of testing that out. What does that mean for you? Is that your current parents still doing the same thing that they've done before, or how did that process change for them in your current beta user test model?
So I think I think I had beta users. I had some of my parents' friends do this thing where they would try they would call their friends to see if they could babysit their kids, and then they would try kind of like a model app, a model app kind of thing. And so basically what happened was out of the 10 friends they had, about 70% of the time, they weren't free. None of them were free to babysit. And that's a big problem, because then you can't have your plans to go out. But I think KidSwap will let you have more varieties, and I think KidSwap will lower that percentage so that there are more people free to babysit your kids, and then you can go out.
Mm-hmm. And then it sounds like one of the big kind of like pain points for the parent is that one is demand, finding the right person to babysit, but the other piece is like you're spending $2,000 a year to babysit when you can earn these credits. What happens if like the latter gets really solved by your product, in the sense that everyone's using it to get credits? How would you make money if like it becomes like there's no cash transfer, if everyone's just babysitting to earn credits and using those credits to get babysitting services? Where would you make money in that scenario?
So besides buying credits, I think the money making is from I think there will be premium type of things, and then I think at the beginning we are going to make a paid app, so you have to pay to buy the app. But if it does get bigger than that, we're going to make it free, and the money will come from parts like I think it's like when you sell those credits, you get the money from it, and we'll take 3% of that money. So it's like you're kind of getting the money or not.
Okay. Good job. Thank you.
Mrs. Meller, do you have any questions?
Great job. Really, really cool idea. As you mentioned in your pitch, you mentioned, you're doing it right now with close family friends. And as you grow, building trust so that people feel comfortable dropping their kids off at other people's houses is going to be really important. Can you talk me through how do you want to build trust, or what are you thinking about in regards to that?
I think there's going to be like place where you can, like it's like kind of like a messaging thing where you can like text the other person that you're gonna drop your kids off to. You can, call them, FaceTime them, so you know that they're safe. They know that you're safe and you can trust them. And I think it's also a good way for you to expand your friends, so you can have more friends. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
Hey, Vihan, how old are you, Vihan?
I am 12.
Okay, when I was 12, I need a babysitter, but I'm glad that you can come and pitch an idea. So it's good. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
Are you planning on doing background checks on the parents, and who's going to be, if you are, who's going to be paying for that cost?
Yeah, there will be security questions for like their reasons, and then that we will ask them for we'll ask them for the background checks. We'll get the money from, I think I'll put some money into it so that we can make it happen.
Awesome. Thank you.
And Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, first of all, I think it's a great idea. Obviously, I don't have the need to find babysitters since we don't have little kids. But I can't think of anybody else who's doing this. There's an app called Nextdoor. If you're not familiar with it, that's become quite popular in communities communicating with each other. And I was just doing a quick search on Nextdoor to see if there was anything like this, and there isn't. So I think this is a great idea. I think the idea of the credits and allowing in-app purchases is a great idea. I think you can probably find a way to monetize that. My only little reservation might be on your name. So think about a name that, because KidSwap, could be construed differently, if you understand what I'm saying. So just be a little bit more thoughtful about the name. Otherwise, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you for your pitch. Great job. We're going to move on to the next team in the category. So please give a warm welcome to Arush Shangari. He is here today to pitch Knowledge View. And once again, you will have 5 minutes to pitch, and then afterwards the judges will ask their questions. So whenever you're ready.
Hello, everyone. I hope all of you are staying safe and healthy during the pandemic and getting used to the new normal. My name is Arush Shangari. I'm in 6th grade and I go to the North Reading Middle School. While I transitioned to online education, me, along with many other students, all observed that post-pandemic K-12 and college education will never be the same. Teachers and students have done a great job in transitioning over to online education. However, there are still several pain points in the current way of learning. Most of the schools are still using Zoom or Google Meet, which doesn't give the best experiences for both teachers and students. Using current platforms, students can easily get distracted. Also, teachers are having a difficult time to motivate students to encourage participation. So I thought there has to be a better way. So I came up with the idea to build an AI-driven student experience platform which will monitor students' participation proactively. It would measure their scores through their facial expressions to see if they're paying attention to the topic taught in class. AI will also generate topic-specific questionnaires to be answered by the students. Also, I reinvented breakout rooms, where the teacher can view all breakout rooms at one screen. Also, voice command will be available. For example, you can ask the voice command to unmute all students in the class. And finally, there'll be a badge-based reward system, which will encourage kids to do better. There are many benefits for both teachers and students. For students, it is a better experience and they'll be more engaged throughout the class. AI will validate the knowledge learned during the session and ask sample questions to the students. Full screen mode controlled by teachers will help students not get distracted. For teachers, this platform allows a consistent experience, and they can also leverage technology as an assistant, for example, Alexa-powered setting, which will further help reduce their workloads. We have a big opportunity here. The total education market size for K-12 schools is $250 billion. The total market size for higher education is $900 billion. The total education market size is $1.5 trillion in the US alone. There are about 60 million K-12 students in the US. We'll have a subscription model which will charge $2 per month per student, which will bring a potential revenue of $120 million per month. There are about 25 million higher education students. We'll charge $5 per month per student, which will bring $125 million additional to our revenue. My goal is to raise $500,000 so we can get the MVP developed and get this product in the hands of teachers and students. Thank you for listening. Before I get to your valuable questions, would you like to see the prototype?
Yes.
Okay, so here it is. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
So here's the prototype I built, and this is how the teacher dashboard looked like. As you can see at the right side, over here, all the students are visible and the teacher is not visible here. And the teacher's over here, and you may be wondering why. The main reason why we're doing this is so that the teacher can have a full view of all the students. And there are two different scores. The left side represents participation and the right side represents knowledge scores. So there are different colors, and these different colors represent different scores. Red stands for lots of improvement. Yellow stands for little bit improvement, and green stands for they're paying attention in the class. And the four different icons, create breakout rooms. The first icon is create breakout rooms. As soon as the teacher clicks on create breakout rooms, AI will automatically organize all the breakout rooms. And also you can apply ask questions and voice command in the breakout rooms. Also, whiteboard will be there. As soon as the teacher clicks whiteboard, it will pop up in the platform. And remember, this is full screen, so the teacher can still view all the students while using the whiteboard. Also, there'll be voice command for you. The teacher can communicate with it throughout any time in the class. You can maybe ask Alexa or any voice command. And now finally, there'll be ask questions icon. As soon as teacher clicks ask questions icon, AI will check the teacher's content and validate what's learned in the session, and then ask sample questions based on the web, from the web, websites and all those stuff. And the student dashboard looks a little bit different.
Just a heads up about the time.
So on the top, I'll be done in a second. On the top, it will be participation, and then there'll be badges earned, which is, so badges earned is 1, and then their scores on the top. And as you can see, you won't be able to see other people's scores, and the teacher is visible at the top. And the only icon there is complete questionnaire. And whenever that icon will be there, whenever the teacher clicks on that complete questionnaire icon, then that's the only time it'll pop up. So who's with me to get to make the future of learning platform?
Thank you, Knowledge View, for your wonderful pitch and demo. Once again, the judges will now have the opportunity to ask questions. Mrs. Meller, do you have any questions?
First, amazing energy, especially nice and early. Oh, we're embarking on 12 noon, but great energy. I loved it. Who would you like to pay for this product?
Well, whoever we'll hire a very very good at we'll hire very smart engineers because we're already done with the thinking of the idea and we're already done with the prototype. All we have to do is build it, which is a very hard process. So we're gonna hire very smart, intelligent people. And some of our actual $500,000, out of that $500,000, actually some of that money will be from paying whoever builds this prototype.
Absolutely. And I love how you're thinking about that. I guess my question is, who's going to purchase this? Are you selling it to teachers? Are you selling it to schools? Are you selling it?
So yeah, we're actually selling it to schools. So actually it's gonna be the school, the leader of the school who is gonna pay the money. As I mentioned in my pitch, the prices and everything. So that will actually be from the school. That will be school fees, kind of. You can think of it as school fees.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
How many different online educational programs did you look on to kind of get feedback on your product?
Oh, so there are actually many well, there are not many companies similar to this. Actually, our main competitors are Zoom, Google Meet, and WebEx. And these three are actually don't have not much features similar to ours. Actually, ours is actually a totally different idea, a bigger picture compared to Zoom or Google Meet or any other platform. So we try to think outside of the box.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so yeah, great energy. Love the enthusiasm, good pitch. What happens in a kind of post-COVID world when you're actually not learning virtually anymore and you're actually going to be in the classroom? What do you think the use case for a product like this would be?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear. My volume was low.
Yeah, sorry. I was saying that, once you're actually back in school physically, you're not doing online learning anymore, what do you think how would teachers use your product when students are actually in the classroom?
Well, actually, this is a problem for both teachers and students. So this product will be very helpful, and I think as a teacher, I think it's probably worth the price because this has additional features, totally new features, and it's compared to Zoom or Google Meet. So it's actually worth the price doing it. And I think I'm pretty confident that most teachers will probably buy this product because this has very different features compared to Zoom or Google Meet. And it's a much better experience. And one of the main problems today is that we are not able to get online education perfect because that's the main problems in the current situation.
And when you're back in school though, so when you're actually going to go physically back into the classroom and you're not learning, do you think you'll still learn online next year?
Yeah, so actually the cool part about this product is that when we're done building it and if it's successful, maybe people won't be comfortable. You never know, people might not be comfortable on the other thing because AI will be this online experience will be even better than before COVID. It might even be better. Teachers might still be comfortable using it. Because remember, this is AI. So this will be much easier for a teacher. It will reduce their workloads, even compared to before online education.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, very simple question. And I echo what all the other judges said. Excellent presentation skills. Excellent presentation. So Arush, do you want to go back to the classroom or do you like doing this remote online?
In my opinion, I think it's it's as an experience. I'd rather go back to before I actually not going remote, but I would much rather go with remote if we have this feature as soon as possible. Depends when what kind of if we have this platform or not. Because using Zoom or Google Meet, of course, before is much better for teachers and students.
Great answer. You love your product.
Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Arush, fantastic presentation. I have a 10-year-old and she uses Google Meet, and I can see the teachers struggling to create different rooms. And also what I notice is sometimes she keeps the Google Meet on and she keeps playing Roblox down. So I wish I had your product such a way that she can focus on the school and not play games. Good stuff.
Yeah, personally, I think the full screen was one of my favorites. Personal, I think that too.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Knowledge View, for your pitch. Great job. We're going to transition to our third team for today. So please give a warm welcome to Adi Kumar. He is here today to pitch Clean Pull. And again, the same sort of rules. You'll have 5 minutes to pitch, and then the judges will ask their questions. So whenever you're ready, you can get started.
In 3, 2, 1. Hey judges, hope you're all having a great day and a great morning so far. So my name is Adi Kumar and I'm the founder and CEO of CleanPull. So one day, my parents asked me before a party to throw away a barely used trash bag just because it looked bad. And another day, they also asked me to throw away a trash bag that was like half full just because it smelled and looked bad. And I thought that this is very wasteful and very environmentally unfriendly. And I bet you a lot of other people out there also think the same thing and feel the same way. So I decided to come up with a solution to this problem. And that solution is CleanPull, your trash bag helper. CleanPull is a trash bag where there's a string in the middle called the CleanPull string that when you pull it, it tightens the bag in the middle so that you have a dirty bottom half and a clean top half. So for parties, you can just pull the string and you have half a bag that is all clean. Or when your bag looks bad, you can just pull the string in the middle. So my market validation is that I've asked family friends, family relatives, acquaintances from school, and neighbors in our neighborhood about what will they use this product if it were to come to the market, and what's their feedback on the product. So they all said that they would use this product if it came to the market because it's a very environmentally friendly product that saves more trash bags, which means that there's less waste. But the feedback that they gave was that we should try out the CleanPull string on different trash bag companies, like a different size trash bag, a different weight trash bag, a different thickness of plastic trash bag, which we plan to do very soon once we get the money to build more prototypes and stuff. So we plan to target Trader Joe's and Whole Foods as our target market because we want to send out to those places first because we feel that there's better, they're more environmentally friendly grocery stores, and the people who shop there are willing to spend more money to help out the environment. People ages 14 to 65 are our target market, and that's about 20% of America, females 14 to 65 who have kids. Which is about 20%, which is about 60 million people is our target market. So to build, so we're gonna need to start building traction for our product. We're gonna need machines to produce a few trash bags just to sell to the community, like our town or maybe in our neighborhood, so that we can start to build better reputation and better traction. So the machines that we're going to need is that we're going to need trash cans. We're going to need trash bags, sorry. We're going to need a machine to punch holes, a machine to weave the string through, and a machine to package bags, because all of this is faster than doing it by hand. So for traction, we have no traction, but our traction is the same thing as our market validation for now. We have not patented our idea yet, but we have done a Google search to see if anyone's even close to thinking about this idea of making a trash bag look cleaner. And there's no one who's thought about this idea yet. And when we go to patent our idea, we'll go do a patent search to see if anyone has already patented an idea like this. For resources and funding, I think my main thing that I'm going to need is guidance to go talk to manufacturers of trash bags that can implement this technology into their trash bags to help implement this technology into their trash bags. And we are planning to sell or license this out to a company like Glad or a company like Simple Human that makes trash bags that we can say on the box that uses clean pull technology inside. And now I have a short demo to show the trash bag in action. So I'm gonna put the trash bag inside the trash bin. And I now have 2 clean pull strings hanging on the outside right here. I'm gonna put in my trash as an orange and apple for now. So it's in there and like that. Now I'm gonna pull the strings and it's gonna seal in the middle. So now you don't see the oranges and apples at all. So it looks nice and clean. And then you can put other stuff on top like a banana and it'll hold up the weight of the banana and the hole won't just open up like that. Questions?
Yeah, thank you, Clean Pull, for your wonderful pitch. We will now give the judges the opportunity to ask questions. So, Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
Yeah, great pitch and nice little demo. What have you thought about what it would cost to make your trash bag relative to a traditional trash bag?
Yeah, so I went onto Walmart's website and looked at a bunch of Glad trash bags to see what do they price their trash bags at. So we're planning to price our trash bag 10 or 15% more than a normal trash bag or whatever model. So you can see it's $16 for the basic, just 120 bags. So we would price ours 10% more than that. And if they had a one with like Febreze inside, or one with Febreze inside of it, we would price it 10% more than the Febreze one if it had the clean pull technology. So any trash bag would be 10% more with the technology inside.
And what would be the extra cost to manufacture that clean pull bag?
I don't know that number yet because I haven't done, like, based on how much it costed me to make this prototype, it costed me like $15 to make the prototype. But if you were to mass produce it, it would be a lot cheaper because it'd be cheaper because you're mass producing it. So I don't know the exact price, but I'd say it might be like maybe 25 cents per bag to produce.
Okay. Thank you. Good pitch.
Mrs. Meller, do you have any questions?
Yes, great job. I love the idea. When thinking about launching this, who do you think your very first customers might be? Who are you going to target?
I'm going to target people who care a lot about the environment and people who are willing to spend more money to help the environment out. And then I'll go to other shops. Then I'll go to like a Walmart or a Target. But I'd first go to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's because I feel people would spend more money there to care about the environment.
Great, thank you.
Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I am a crazy optimizer of garbage, so I appreciate this a lot. I feel really great if I put out, less than one garbage full out every week, and I'm actually pretty successful at it. So I think it's a great idea. The first thing you got to do is go patent this, because if you're successful, this is going to get knocked off in seconds by all the existing players. I think it's worth looking. You can do this research yourself. You don't have to hire lawyers to do it. for now. Just go and see if it's patentable, if anybody else has patented something similar. But I think this is a really good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
Great presentation. It seems like you have two pain points that you're trying to solve. One is not being able to make a clean kind of trash bag experience, and then also the smell. How are you planning on being able to deal with the smell issue with it not creating like a super tight seal?
Okay, so I think we could deal with the smell issue is if we partnered up with the company that had like Febreze already put into their bag, or which would take away some of the smell. But then once you seal it, it does seal like 80% of the smell, but it can't seal it all without making like a vacuum seal on the inside, which like the smell never leaves. Just, I mean, I think smell will always be there with trash bags. It's pretty tough to get that removed. But I think if we wanted to get smell, we would probably partner up with the company that looks into like a company that has Febreze in their trash bags to make it smell a little nicer on top of the seal in the middle.
Awesome job.
Okay, and Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
Absolutely, a great presentation. As Vinit said, try to do patent on this one. My quick question is, have you looked at any other option like a Velcro or something which can do with the existing trash bags, like, elastic or something? Have you thought of anything like that?
Yeah, I did. I tried a few prototypes with different kinds of string and different kinds of Velcro, but I even used a trash bag string in the middle. But I think it never seems to work. I think the string is the best way, that it stays closed after you put weight. The hole doesn't open up in the middle. The hole stays nice and tight after you put a lot of weight on the inside.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we're going to move on to our fourth team. So please welcome Rishabh Toll. He is here today to pitch Auto Note Taker class notes. Once again, the rules are the same, 5 minutes to pitch, and then the judges will ask questions. So whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay. Good morning, Sharks. Do you remember when you were in school? Do you remember when you had to take notes? Do you remember when the teacher went too fast while you were taking notes and those bad notes came back to bite you on a test? Students today face the same problem of their teachers moving forwards too fast while taking notes. I had this problem. Ever since 5th grade, I had to take extensive notes and I was never really good at it. I would take notes, go home, and then when I studied them, I would have holes in my understanding and I wished that I had better notes. When the pandemic hit, it was really hard with online school because we as a family decided to be full remote. Juggling between the Zoom call, notes, and actually understanding what the teacher was saying was really hard. Focusing on learning, for me, was more important than scribbling down notes. Bad notes leads to holes in your understanding of the concept and bad grades. When I asked my friend, most of them said that they also had this problem. So I wrote a small program to take notes for me. A lot of my close friends use this. This greatly improved my understanding. Great notes led to better understanding of the concept and better grades. My proposed solution is a versatile desktop and later mobile app. This app will be able to take notes for you, and you can sit back and actually understand what the teacher is saying rather than scribbling down notes. My app will be able to convert image, a textbook, audio, or a foreign language into concise notes. If it sees a due date, then it will convert it into a reminder in calendar. Our target market is about 70 million students, 20 million college students and 15 million high school students, and 35 million K through 8 students. I conducted a survey and about 70 people responded. 60% of the people said yes, and 35% of the people said maybe, but I wasn't very specific about the features, and lots of those maybes were younger students. So I think about half of these people will convert to yes when they grow up, and when I'm more specific about the features. If this app costs $1 a year and only 3% of the market buys it, our yearly revenue is $2.1 million. We have some competition, but they lack some features. They only have voice to notes and are limited to video conferencing. It's also a Chrome extension, and it's limited to desktop. Our solution is also a mobile app, has image, textbook, audio, and foreign language to concise notes. Estimated by multiple engineers, it will take about 8 weeks and about $3,000 to build. To move to AWS servers, it'll take about $1,000 for the first year. I'm asking for $5,000 in return for 10% equity of my company. I have a small demo. Can I share my screen?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, so I have a folder, and this is just my terminal. So I have a test image that I'm going to move into that folder, and I'm going to run my program. And it will perform optical character recognition and extract the text from that image, and it will print this out. This is my test image, and it printed all this out. Now this can be easily copy pasted into my notes. It is not optimized yet, but that can be done with some different libraries. Thank you for your time. That concludes my presentation.
Okay, thank you, class notes, for your wonderful pitch. The judges will now have time to ask their questions. Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, really well presented. And I think you were very crisp about the pain point. You mentioned competition, but could you just be a little bit more specific what features you have that your main competitor does not have?
So my main competitor is a Chrome extension, and that only has audio. So if the teacher is speaking, then it will take what they're speaking and then give you back an email of whatever they said.
Oh, as a voice file, or does it actually do speech to text?
It does speech to text, and that already exists. But what I'm proposing is image to concise notes. So at least for me, my teachers give us a slideshow of whatever we have to take down. And there's a lot of information on there, and it's by no means concise or what we should put directly into our notes. So right now, I just have it so that I copy paste the full thing into my notes. But eventually, I want it to be that the image is using AI. It will make it concise and make it so that you can directly copy paste into your notes without filtering.
I get it. So you're both looking at the content in the image as well as the teacher's speech.
Yes.
In order to create concise notes. Thank you.
And many times I've also had to do textbook or a foreign language into concise notes. So I also wanted to add that. And in my survey, I saw that somebody wanted to see a due date into a reminder in the calendar. So I thought that would also be very helpful.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
Once you've taken all these notes, is there a way to edit them within your system?
So
and like subtract out like useless pieces of information or highlight the best parts?
So there are ways to detect if there's a vocab word, if you want to highlight that. And the whole point of the app is to filter that out for you, so you don't have to do any of the work.
Awesome. And then have you thought about being able to expand your market to businesses? Because as someone that's in a lot of meetings, I would love to be able to not have to take notes and be able to get that.
Expansion is very feasible. Doctors may also want to use this if they're taking notes as an apprentice, or yes, also businesses could also use this. But my main focus is schools because this is a problem that I have.
Awesome. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
No questions, but a great presentation. And I agree with Matthew about I still take a ton of notes as an adult. So the application certainly goes broader than just students.
Thank you.
Okay, Mrs. Meller, do you have any questions?
Great presentation, really well thought out. And it's very clear how passionate you are about it. I'm curious about, have you thought a little bit about the life cycle of your customer? How long are you with them?
I'm not sure because I don't know how long this pandemic thing is going to stay on, but the image to text is the most important right now for me in the pandemic. But the other things and image to text can still be used while you're in school. So this is why I said later mobile, because if you're in school, you can just take your phone and record whatever the teacher's saying, or take a picture of whatever's on the board. And that will be converted to notes, and it'll be sent back to you, and you can put that right into your notes.
Thank you.
And Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
Yeah, great presentation, Rishab. It looks very useful. So what are the technology you're using to do the OCR imaging?
So right now I'm using a JavaScript library called Tesseract.js. This is very preliminary. It's not in any way optimal. You can use OpenCV to optimize it, make it faster, make it more precise. But this is just what I use right now.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, class notes, for your amazing pitch. We're going to transition to our final team for today. Please give a warm welcome to Aditya Anand. He's here today to pitch FACE. And again, 5 minutes to pitch. The judges will ask their questions at the end. And feel free to start whenever you're ready.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'll start talking in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Sharks. Good afternoon, and I hope you're having a great day. My name is Aditya Anand. I'm in 7th grade, and I am the founder of FACE. FACE stands for Face Assessment and Controlled Execution. Our mission here at FACE is to use face detection models to automate tasks which ensure the safety of people. During these very hard times, wearing a mask has been mandatory by many states. But sometimes people forget to and increase the chances of them as well as others surrounding them getting the virus. In a survey that was conducted in April 2020, 50% of adults said that they have been not wearing masks to public spaces like grocery stores and even parks. This is where my product, MaskPi, comes into play. MaskPi is a compact mask detector which helps to detect if people are wearing masks or not. MaskPi is made with the Raspberry Pi Model 4, as you can see here, which is a mini computer, which is the software is on. And since the Raspberry Pi really cannot handle everything, we use a Intel Movidia stick, which helps it do the calculations faster. And we all top it off with a USB camera, which we use to detect. So you may be wondering, how does MaskPi work? MaskPi uses 3 very simple steps to detect if a person is wearing a mask or not. First, it detects the face of the person. Next, it validates, is the person really wearing a mask or not? If the person is wearing a mask, it lets them in without any hesitation. But if the person isn't, it plays a little voice message kindly saying to please wear a mask before entering the premises. Now that you guys know how MaskPi works, let's talk about the cost. MaskPi costs about $192 to make, and we sell it at the price of $300. This means that we get a profit of $108 per product. MaskPi will be sold through one distinct area. It'll be sold through commercial real estate establishments. Commercial real estate establishments include malls and hotels, retail shops, office buildings, schools, and many more. For right now, our market size will be only in the New England area, but as we sell more and more products, it can also be sold throughout the United States and even the world. First, we'll look at how many total public buildings are in the New England area. There are about 399,000 public buildings in the area, but we'll only target about 6.25% of that, which brings us to 25,000 buildings in a year. Customers can either buy the MaskPi through online orders. The production cost for MaskPi is $5.6 million each year. The sales and administration cost, or the total for all the employees, including overhead members, is $540,000 in a year. In the first year, I make about $7.5 million for the revenue. But when I take my production costs and subtract it from my revenue, I make a profit for about $1.38 million, more or less, for the first year. Our competitors in the market are easy to beat as they have high costs for the same product. Almost all mask detectors reach over $1,000, whereas ours is much more cost efficient, as I said before, $300 for the same product. Now, you may be wondering, what will happen after COVID is over? We have an attendance tracker that also uses face detection. Since the mask detector and the attendance tracker use the same hardware, all we have to do is give a patch which the customer will use to update the Pi and the software. Now, some risks of entering the market are if any similar product comes into the market, but their cost is lower than ours. What we can do is we can add functionalities and adjust the price according to theirs. Another thing is to get a patent, as said before, and also get our product certified, as we cannot sell our product within the United States. COVID cases are rapidly increasing as people are not taking full precautions and forgetting to wear masks. Now would be the best time to use technology we have in the most efficient way. This product is actually running at the local temple called New England Shirdi Sai Temple. And I actually have, we actually ran it, if you guys can see the sheet paper, it is an official notice from the president, and he gave me great suggestions on how I could implement more things and expand the business. I'm looking for an investment of $1.8 million for 25% equity. This money will be spent on helping me start up my business. For the first year, you guys will make about $459,000 in a year. But by the third year, you guys will make about $1 million. Thank you guys for listening to my pitch. And I hope you guys are interested in joining my team.
Thank you, Face, for your wonderful pitch. So the judges will now have the opportunity to ask questions. Mr. Lopez, do you have any questions?
Can you explain more about how you're going to transition from detecting masks to another use for buildings to be able to attention? What would that consist of?
Yeah, so basically, we also have another product, and it's a attendance tracker. And what that does is basically, when a person's coming in, it detects who it is, and it writes it down in an Excel sheet or CSV sheet, whatever you guys want it. And at the end of the time, or especially it can be used for schools, at the end of attendance, it'll send an email to all the teachers of who came and who didn't, as the teachers will be safer, and it'll also reduce the time and they can spend more time teaching. And so what the thing is that the attendance tracker and the mask detector use the same software. So we really don't have to tell the customers, bring the product back and stuff. All we have to do is give them a patch where what they can use and a list of instructions, what they can do to update the Raspberry Pi with the new software, and it'll be automatically running. If I answer your question.
Awesome. Great job answering that question.
Thank you.
Mr. Arul, do you have any questions?
Yeah, wonderful presentation, Aditya. I wish you had shown a demo of it with a mask and without a mask.
So actually, I was gonna do that, but yesterday night some problems came across, and it was actually having some trouble loading the model. And so what happens?
One other thing I'm telling you is that you're very ambitious. That's good. You have to look at the reality, because it's not easy to go and make a product and sell across.
Right.
So what I would do is try to, if you have this technology, try to patent it. And also, like, a lot of players already in the space who have the CCTV cameras and the monitoring. If you can integrate with them. So I can introduce you to, like, one of my Thai founders called Stop Left. He has in all the grocery stores monitoring. So it could be added to some of the existing devices rather than you create a complete business model.
Right.
This stuff, it's going to be in a long time. But if you can already, there's existing players, try to integrate with them.
Definitely.
And add on. Good stuff. Thank you.
Definitely take into account that, as like in the beginning when we tried to do it in the temple, we did try to integrate it with the cameras that were already there. And actually in the temple, there's always one person sitting there to inform the people who are coming in, like greet them and please like wear a mask and those things. And like if someone has COVID, and I'm not saying it has to, but if someone has COVID, like the girl is like not the girl, but like the person who's ever sitting there is not really that safe. And so using the technology that we have right now, it would be great to include this in many businesses and places.
And just to add, it's not only while entering it. Once you're in a premise, within a mall, you need to monitoring and make sure that the people are wearing masks.
Of course.
Okay, Mrs. Miller, do you have any questions?
Great job. Just one. Are you currently a team of one right now? Or do you have some co-founders?
Yes, no, I am the only person in FACE. So yeah, it's only a team of one right now.
Very cool. Very cool. Great job. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Mr. Patel, do you have any questions?
Great presentation. I'm just curious about the competitors out there. Are the people who are doing mass detection, are they the same companies that are also doing attendance tracking? And then
yeah, to answer that, the companies that actually did the mass detector, they do not have a function for that. As like I looked, and like so they do not have the function to do that. As if that like answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And Mr. Nijawan, do you have any questions?
Yeah. First of all, I get confused between your two names. So you have FACE and then you have Mask Pi.
So yeah, so FACE is like because what my intention was to, COVID, like we all hope that COVID's gonna end soon, and after COVID, like I don't want this business to do, just shut down. So I wanted to choose a broad name, like how the Tesla has it. Tesla has like one name, and then in there they have many products with different names. So same thing with us. Our company name is FACE, and one of our products is Mask Pi.
I see. I get it. So it's a sub brand.
Yeah.
To be honest, I really like the attendance, version.
Mm-hmm.
It feels to me that would be quite useful, especially in classrooms. I mean, even in the college classrooms where I teach, I have to take attendance, and
right,
it's a pain. And if we had a way to do that, and remember, most college classrooms, and not K-12, but college classrooms have cameras already.
Right.
Cameras are pretty cheap, so you can have a standalone device like yours. So think about that when you go out and do your market research. You might want to think about that market because there may be less competition.
Right.
And frankly, it's probably a market since you're in school.
Definitely. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay, thank you, FACE, for your pitch. That actually concludes the pitches for this category. Judges, at this time, if you could please enter the breakout room, and we can begin the judging process.
Yeah. Sushil, could you let all the judges and Cynthia to the breakout room for the scoring?
Yes, I'm starting the process right now. Cynthia, I'm going to move you there first because you're going to start the recording in the breakout room separately, right? Thank you.
Okay. So we will now present you guys with the video that you guys have been waiting for. Audiences, I'm talking to you. It's the baby shark video. This video is from all the little videos that you guys sent, all the parents. So we have age group from 5 to 9 who have sent really cute pictures and what they want to become when they grow up. And it's so adorable. So I would ask Sushil to stream it once he lets the judges in the breakout room. And judges, don't worry, I'm going to send this video to you guys so that you don't miss this out. Thank you.
So once all the judges have joined the breakout room, I will start sharing my screen and enjoy the video. It's pretty inspiring. I think, Thomas, you have still not joined the breakout room. Okay, everyone's there now. So I'm going to start sharing. Supriya, you are, I think, on mute. Can't hear you if you're trying to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now you can. Yes.
What did my did I announce the baby shark? Did you guys hear that?
No, we did not. Do you want to announce that and then let me know when you want to get to the breakout room before I start the video?
So guys, now it's the time that you guys have been waiting for. the video that you guys sent, parents, you guys sent. We have created this 12 minutes video of all the little baby sharks who have pitched these beautiful ideas and what they want to become when they grow up. So let me ask Sushil to stream this for you while we get the scores ready to announce the young innovators. So Sushil, you can start the video and I will join the breakout room right now.
Baby shark. I'm Kerry Rati. Pollution is making our Earth warm, and that's called global warming. So I have two solutions to make that fix. One, it will be we'll make giant fans to go all over the world. Giant fans will blow all the pollution into the space. And my second idea, we will reuse and recycle. Toys, cars, everything like that. And also, the people who will reuse and recycle more will be Baby shark. I'm Kerry Rati. Pollution is making our Earth warm, and that's called global warming. So I have two solutions to make that fix. One, it will be we'll make giant fans to go all over the world. Giant fans will blow all the pollution into the space. And my second idea, we will reuse and recycle. Toys, cars, everything like that. And also, the people who will reuse and recycle more will be awarded with prizes. Because if we don't do it, then who will? Bye. Thank you. Giant fans will blow all the pollution into the space. And my second idea, how do we stop global warming? Well, so you take a drone and you put some seeds inside it. Then you close it up, and when the drone will fly, the seeds will fall onto the ground. Then, when it rains, plants will grow, and this way we can stop global warming. Thank you. What's up, my friends? You're looking at the cool boss of trees and custom cars. Take it on, engineer.
Are you bored of playing with your old damaged cars that you've been playing for years now? Help us to bring back your childhood memories. Sell us your car collections and we promise that you will never regret it.
So see, first you get the car. And then we will pair it with white paint. And then after that we will pair it with decorations that are stickers
and markers. What are you guys waiting for? Go grab your old toy cars and call 1-800-SHREE-SAM. Visit www.shreesamcustomcars.com.
Hi, my name is Ashwan.
And my name is Shrivan.
And we are the Science Brothers. So we made lots of really cool explosives to show you. We used vinegar, apple juice, baking soda, and other cool things to test our hypothesis and our theory. Yeah, we put milk and it was like weirdly. And then we put vinegar in these 3 cups, and then it started raining invisibly and it also exploding. Okay, thank you for enjoying this video.
Hello everybody, my name is Naira Galad. My business plan is to create an app for old people, and they'll give a message to my iPad, and then they will add groceries to the app, and then I will receive message to my iPad. And me and my mom will go and do groceries for them. Once we are back, we will notify them. They will come to our front porch and collect them. We will charge them $5 for the service. This way, old people can step out of their house. Thank you for listening to me. Hi guys, my name is Naima, and when I grow up, I want to invent a wheelchair walker. So because I see so many people using a wheelchair, I just wanted to help out. A wheelchair walker is a wheelchair that can transform into a walker. If you want a walker, you can pull the seat up. So people don't need to have 2 things at once. You can just keep the same thing. And so if people can walk a little bit. If they get tired, they can go in the wheelchair. Hope I can do that one day. Thank you. This is my idea. My idea is building a Mars rover design. This Mars rover design will help people that are on Mars by getting ice from Mars's North Pole. This machine has specific tools that help it. 1. The claw. It will pick up ice. 2. The bin. It will store the ice. 3. The solar panels. Solar panels will give energy to the rover. And 4. The belt wheels. The belt wheels help the rover go through Mars' rough terrain. Thank you for looking at my rover. Have a good time.
Anj, what would you like to be when you grow up?
An astronaut.
Why?
Because I love astronauts. Will I see the planets? Real ones? I'll touch them.
You could land on them.
It'll burn me.
Yeah, if you go too close to sun. Which planet do you like the most?
I like Pluto.
Why?
Because he's a dwarf planet.
Okay.
Is Pluto the ninth planet?
No.
Why?
You tell me why.
He got demoted. Bye-bye.
So I have some of these things inside my box. And what you can make from your nature kit is like stick figures of animals, human, or you can make 3D things, and you can make like whatever you like, but it has to be on the floor, or it could be 3D. Doesn't matter how it looks, but always the rule is please would do it outside, or else your house would get a little bit dirty. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Yer, and this is my sister Myra.
Hi.
Today, we were thinking for 5 minutes about what our topic was, and we decided it was a robot.
The robot is because when the room gets messy, we mess it up, and who has to clean it up? Me and us and our parents. So we make a robot. The robot's name is Cleanup, and it puts stuff back on the shelf, and when it's on the ground, they vacuum it all up.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you like it. Give a thumbs up if you like it, and let me know. Bye. Myra, say bye.
Bye. I'm Naira Gillot. One day I'll be the President of the United States. Here's my pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, kids. Are you hungry? You can all unmute yourself now. Let's have some fun time while we're waiting for the judges. How many of you went and grabbed something to eat while this was going on? I like the honesty. I like the honesty. You know what I did? I ordered something online while the video was going on because I'm hungry too. Obviously, some of you over here, I'm sure, when they were younger, they would have thought of online ordering, right? Today, it is so common, right? it is all you sharks, all you young future entrepreneurs. Someone thought of that. And today, especially in COVID, it's so much more prevalent, right? How many things we do online now, including in COVID, we're doing even more, right? Online ordering started with Amazon. I know one of the kids out here, his father works for Amazon. So I know some of the kids out here, I know some of you over here, and it is just incredible to see what fantastic ideas all of you brought into this. The judges have been very, very impressed, and I'm sure they're doing some awesome deliberations. So let's start a small trivia thing out here. Let's have each one of you give me a 15-second something cool about yourself that you would like to say to the audience. Oh, I think the judges are back, so there's probably, we don't need to do much more. Supriya is here, and so are the judges. So I'm just going to hand the mic. Supriya, is everybody back, or are we still waiting for more? Can't hear you if you're trying to talk, Supriya. No, we can't hear you. Yep.
We are back.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we were just talking some few cool things, and then I wanted everyone to give me something cool about themselves, but I don't think we'll do that since we have the judges here and everybody wants to hear what exactly the judges decided. So yeah. On to you.
So Cynthia, please take over.
Yes. So first of all, I think I can speak for everyone when I say that these pitches were absolutely phenomenal. Truly an amazing job done by all of the participants. So congratulations to everyone that participated. So now on to the winners. After much deliberation, the judges have decided on a number of winners from each category. So from the high school category with students from 9th grade to 12th grade, the winner is Dry Vector. So they will be receiving the $500 prize. Congratulations. And additionally, Helpingmass will be receiving a donation of $1,000 to get started. So at this time, I would like to invite Mr. Arul to speak briefly about the winning teams.
Thank you. So thanks for everyone for joining this wonderful event. So I'm really amazed by the talent, and everyone is a winner here, irrespective of whether you win a prize or not. But everyone is a winner. At this young age, you could come and present your ideas clearly. That's amazing, and you all have a very bright future. And we are, blessed to have young people who can take over the world. So that's fantastic. So again, it was a tough decision on whom to award the prize. So in the high school category, we definitely felt that Drive Vector has a lot of things going on. So that was the first prize. And that's a very good business idea, and definitely can take it to market, and that's a problem to solve. And also I personally felt that Helpingmass is a very good idea, at least at this time of the pandemic. We need to make sure that we can reach out and volunteer wherever we can in food banks or whatever organizations, even the vaccine drive, whatever's there, we need to have people to volunteer. That's the way we can solve the pandemic and move forward. So for that, to jumpstart, I'm donating personally $1,000 to your nonprofit. So that's where I am. Thank you.
Great job. So now we're going to move on to the younger student category. So this is students from 5th grade to 8th grade. So the winner from this category, the team that will be taking the $500 prize, is Class Notes. So congratulations, amazing job done. We have a few other prizes to announce from this category, but I would like to invite any of the judges who wants to speak briefly on that winning team.
Why don't I? Rishabh, I thought your presentation was really good. The way you carried yourself, your response to questions, especially the question about, what happens after the pandemic is over. You had an answer. a ready market, the attendance market, and you've even thought about your branding from that perspective, where you have the brand of your company and you have sub brands. So, and frankly, it looks like you've already done some work as well from the scripting you showed in your demo. So, job well done.
Thank you.
So, sorry. I also want to add that the first place prize will also be receiving a free TYE consultation as well as a legal consultation. So congratulations on that. And like the judges said, there were so many amazing pitches, so they really couldn't decide on just one to award the prize to. So they chose a second place prize as well. And for that, Mask Pie is taking home $300. Would any of the judges like to speak on that?
Really great job, Ditya. Really wonderful. Congratulations. I think you brought such a great energy. You've really thought it out. And I appreciate that you've already had a space and a place where you've already tested it. So very impressed. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And we also have a third place winner who will be taking $200, and that is Knowledge View. So congratulations for that. And if any of the judges would like to speak on that, you're welcome to as well.
Yeah, happy hop in. Arush, really impressive. I couldn't imagine myself at that age even delivering a presentation, 10th as good as you did. The energy you had, kind of rehearsal, the idea. One thing that I really was impressed about personally was, you knew your competition. So, and the two people that were your direct competition, Google and Zoom, are these, $100 billion kind of behemoths, and you weren't afraid to look at their products, criticize them, maybe learn from them in some cases, and then also not be afraid to try to create something that goes head to head against these organizations that have, just, it seems like endless resources. So really impressive. Your energy got me excited. So wishing you the best.
Okay, last but not least, CleanPull and KidSwap, both of you will be receiving a consultation, a legal consultation to help you with your business. So congratulations for that. And if any of the judges would like to speak on either of those teams, feel free to jump in as well.
I'll speak on KidSwap. You guys did a great job. I think it's a great idea that could really take off in the market. I think it needs a couple tweaks to the business model, but I think you really have something that I've never seen before. I've actually met other founders that were trying to solve this similar issue, and they didn't even come up with this idea. And the fact that you came up with this, and it's just so simple and beautiful, just fantastic. Well done.
So someone speak about CleanPull, please. One of the judges.
Thank you. I did.
Yeah, happy to speak about CleanPull. I think I can just say that product personally resonates with me. So someone who is in a situation where trash day is on Tuesday and you just happen to not be in town for the weekend and you have half a bag, it becomes a crisis in my household in terms of what to do. So I love the simplicity of it. I love the fact that when someone asks you about alternative solutions, whether Velcro or things like that, you already had your other kind of, let's call it, learning experience or use case that you already tested out and kind of explored it. You proactively identified problems, which the first thing I thought was like that banana is going to fall right through the hole. And you already kind of identified those things. So it's a solution and a problem that I personally sympathize with. I think we're seeing just more broadly companies invest in social missions, so whether it's be climate change or things like that. So I think you're in the right space and you're obviously doing the right things.
Okay, congratulations to all of the participants. You're all winners today. So really great job, and I'm just amazed. It was so good. So with that, I think I'll hand it off to Ms. Shaker.
All right, congratulations for all of you. You guys rocked. This is just a first step. You'll be doing more of this, and we wanted to create this platform so that you guys get that initial step. So don't lose hope if you didn't win or anything. I think everybody won something today. Take all the feedbacks and go apply it. Okay. And I would like to give a thank you note now. First of all, thank you for all the teams for submitting your amazing application. We would be doing more of this, so please encourage your friends and people that you know if they have an idea to come, apply for Shark Tank for the next year. And thank you so much again. And judges, thank you so much for your time today on a weekend and coming here and supporting all this, all these young innovators. Thank you so much for your time. And Thomas Arul, thank you so much for being so generous. You not only gave us the $500 each for each category, you extended the donation for the Helpingmass. Plus, you offered us second and third prize, the cash prize, and that's really generous of you. We really thank you for all the support you do for the community. And Katie, thank you so much for the TIE partnership and the consultation. And same with Matthew. Thank you so much for the prize consultation for these kids. This is really helpful. And next, I would like to thank Cynthia Rajesh Khanna for handling this so gracefully. I am so proud of you. She's our youth leader and the youngest team president of IAGB youth community. And she's doing an amazing job. I'm so proud of you. And Advai Wadekar, thank you so much for managing all the time today. That's really helpful. And Sushil Motwani, thank you so much, buddy, for all the tech support in the back end. And thank you so much, all the EC members. You guys have been so supportive. And not to forget our cool President and Vice President Sanjay Gowda and Vaishali Gade for giving this opportunity to make it happen. We are so grateful. And last but not the least, Baby Shark videos. You guys, you parents, thank you so much for submitting those videos on time. They are so adorable. Judges, I will share that video to you guys. You should see that. And audiences, again, thank you so much for joining in and supporting these young innovators. We need you and we need your support in the community. And that's it. And this is Supriya Shekhar, Director of IAGB, signing off. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.